Hi everyone, so I wanted to document my Toronto trip. This was a trip I did with my college class as a kind of like end of the year boost of inspiration. And the first place we visited was the AGO. Such an inspiring and incredible experience. I'm so grateful that I was able to go this year and just look at all the artwork. Mostly I was so enamored by all the historical paintings, especially the oil paintings and sculptures. This first pink room that I went through was incredibly inspiring. Yeah, it was really nice to go and like look up close on these paintings and really take note of like the techniques that they used and the brush strokes and the colors used. Definitely made me so inspired to go and do my own paintings and start working in oil paint again. Yeah, and it was crazy just to think that some of these paintings are thousands of years old, and I'm looking at them with my own two eyes. It was just a surreal experience. I was also super impressed by the fabric painting techniques. I took so many photos up close of all like the different types of fabrics that were painted because I love painting fabric, but I can never, like at least to my standards, I feel like I don't get it right, and it's something I want to continue working on. I was also in love with these sketches that they framed. I believe these are of Catholic Gothic era of art, the cathedrals that they built with the rose windows. Also just seeing paintings used in lectures and as examples and like from online research in person and like see the actual painting was like great. It was incredible. This was one of my favorite rooms to walk through, and it had a lot of Catholic imagery and a lot of these relief sculptures and mini sculptures, I think. But yeah, walking through this section was great. I loved like looking at all the tiny little details on everything, and as somebody who loves this kind of art, I'm definitely going to be doing some sketches from references that I accumulated here because I took so many photos. So I'm actually going to be going to school right near the AGO, like across the street, next year and for the next like 4-ish years. So I'm definitely going to be coming back here and spending at least like a few days here with my sketchbook and just soaking in all of the inspiration. Yeah, because just like we spent like 4 hours here and it still did not feel like it was enough. Yeah, through my wanderings, because I did end up wandering alone just because I was taking too long, I stumbled upon this room of sculptures at kind of like an end of a hallway, and it was super kind of like, I don't know, it felt like a little hidden nook, and it was super fun. Eventually other people did trickle in, but being able to like walk around by myself and look at these like ginormous sculptures was pretty freaky. But yeah, moving through the gallery, just so much wonderful pieces of work, and even as somebody who doesn't love landscapes, like the detail and precision and even like emotion that were portrayed in some of these paintings were like so inspiring. If that's like one thing that I can take away from this entire trip, is that I'm so inspired and ready to like do so many paintings. Like, incredible. I did also check out some of the contemporary artists on this trip. As you will also see, right after the AGO, we went to the Toronto Artist Project and saw, you know, up-and-coming artists, established artists in the area, but those who are like currently working. But being able to go and meet some of these artists and see like what's being created currently was also so inspiring, and like it was almost like a glimpse of like what's gonna be in historical art galleries in like 1,000 years, which is super cool. And I didn't film much in the Toronto Artist Project just because it was very crowded and I wanted to, you know, give respect to the artists and not be like shoving my camera in their face. But I did collect the business cards of my favorite artists that I discovered here, so those are on screen now. The last stop on our trip was the McMicheal Gallery. There was also this exhibition called Fish, I believe, which was made with a really cool like ink transferring technique onto the walls, which is super cool to see, and they had a little video to see how it was done. I think my favorite painting, I have two favorites. There's this one where it's a huge painting of this woman on the seaside that I feel like the colors were so vibrant, and like the way the fabric was moving was so expressive, and I love it. Yeah, so this is my second favorite painting. I love the layering and the physical paint techniques. Yeah, the vibrancy of the colors and the use of line and streak and reading the little like blurb explanation. Yeah, I think this is my second favorite in the whole gallery. So yeah, that is all from the trip. Definitely a highlights reel. We did have a few like other things that we did along the way. We went to Above Ground Art Supplies, which is one of the most claustrophobic and overwhelming stores I've ever been in. So I didn't film anything because I was so overwhelmed. But I got some staple art supplies, and then of course to dinner, the pool, etc., stuff for the hotel. But yeah, this was super fun, super exciting, and I'm definitely incredibly inspired and ready to like create a million paintings. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I have at least like 2 new videos that are going to come out really soon. And I'm doing a ton of art lately since classes have ended, so yeah. I'll see you on the next video, and thank you so much for watching.